Old school is the glad to be.
The National Geographic Photo Arc is on exhibit right here in Tulsa and free for all ages to see at Gathering Place. Come see pictures of native animals and migratory species, plus some of the most exotic animals in one oak boathouse at Gathering Place now through July 31st. Led by National Geographic explorer and photographer Joel Sartori, the photo project aims to document every species living in world zoos, aquariums, and wildlife sanctuaries, inspire action through education, and help save wildlife by supporting on-the-ground conservation efforts. Plus, experience weekly photo art themes events, live animal encounters, sing-alongs, and more. For more information, gatheringplace.org.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the all-new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa, people making a difference in the Tulsa community, special guest interviews, spotlighting local businesses to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about, the hot topics, and more. This is World One Development's News You Can Use with your host, Mr. Charles Harper, Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, or on www.kbob899.com, or tune into any of the News You Can Use media networks by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, July 27, 2022. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media networks, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and tell them you can call in at 918-856-3073 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So on today's show, relationships, married, single, and business. What do they all have in common?
Also on the show, alpha males and females versus beta males and beta females. What's the difference and which one are you?
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are Tulsa Police Department is trying to improve its response to mental health. Find out how. Lexington Police Chief fired out why. And Alabama girl makes history. Find out how. Birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. Simulcast on the News You Can Use media networks, powered by World One Development. Y'all stay locked in. We'll be right back, y'all. Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. You or someone you know needs help with resources in development, employment, or housing. To find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Youth and Family Fun Center at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media networks, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community care about those things. One, support, and two, so we can be informed.
Damali?
Yes.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about?
I'm doing great. Just want to make it good. All right, y'all. I'm Charles Harper, Executive Director of World One Development, which includes fitting back in EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and Oklahoma Community Support Coalition. My job, because the world should know, is financial stability for all of our community development projects, and I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Executive Director of Operations for World One Development. And my job is creating, monitoring, and a protocol for each of our community development projects. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this show.
Damali, you got that purple on.
Yep.
You done came in here with some purple glasses.
Baby, and got my nails.
You done came in here with a purple laptop, purple dress, purple shoes, purple pen. Is it Prince's birthday today or something?
It's not.
It's not Prince's birthday.
It's not, but purple is in full effect.
It's obvious that purple is your color. How you feeling today?
I actually am feeling pretty good. It's a little bit cooler than it has been, but it's still too hot.
I didn't feel none of that coolness. I don't know how you traveled here.
So check this out. When I got in my car on yesterday, it said it was 116 degrees outside.
Wow.
So when I got in my car today, it said it was 100. So that's what I'm saying. That 16-degree difference.
No, that's all a psychological thriller. That's a psychological food. Probably was temperature in your garage.
Right.
Probably the garage was down and cool that day. Something of that. I'm telling y'all right now, you better water because you get out here in these streets,
man,
it is warm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, USA, y'all.
Man, it is no joke.
Y'all be careful. So fucking with your kids, if they start stumbling, you better throw some water on their neck.
Listen, it is so hot outside that I am too hot to even walk to the pool to get in the pool.
I know.
That ain't make no sense.
But I tell you what, we in the building.
Yeah.
News you can use, and we're gonna have a show that's gonna be loaded and exciting. So y'all be ready. But before we get started, because we also got some special guests in the house with us, and we're very, very excited about that. But Damali, about 200 secret listeners.
Hey y'all, we see y'all.
They too hot to go somewhere, so they're at home eating Sonic ice.
Who's there peeping at my window?
I can't say power these streets out here. Hey, y'all hanging there with us. Some quick shout outs that we can see.
Yeah.
Braden Mayhew.
Okay.
I think I said that right.
Yeah.
Is in the building. We got my cousin the Berry in the building. Hey, we got Big Brother Drill out of the ATL.
Hey.
We got AJ down there in the J-Bone Lounge in Jacksonville,
Mr.
Arkansas.
Energizer.
Yeah, our Arkansas ambassador. He's in the building. We got Brenda Williams is in the building with us. We got Miss Ernestine Broom.
Hey, Miss Broom.
She's royalty right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you don't know, we got Rena Bennett
in
the building. Your mama is in the building. We got Monique Coleman in the building. We have, everybody's in here. Lynette Martin is in the building. We got Gary all the way from the Bay Area out there in California tuning in with us. We have a name I can't say, Tangela Sinclair Moore is in the building. She said, time listener, so excited. Tyson.
First time listener, so excited.
Hey, we got Big Snuggles in the building.
Hey.
AKA Mario Johnson down there in the ATL tuning in. We got Mark down there in Texarkana, Arkansas.
Hey.
We got Miss Rachel Simmons in the building. Rodmetrius checking in from Louisiana in the building too. They said Blue 55 Damali.
I'm not saying a
Don't
word.
say it. You should say Purple 5 something with all the purple you got on. But anyway, we're going to have a great show, y'all. Make sure, we got Mr. Gary Lee with the Oklahoma Eagle. Just got in Cornelius Dixon down there in Fort Worth, down there in Dallas. It's a crazy show, y'all. Thanks for locking in. Get ready for your questions because we need your help to come to Grandma's table as we get into this topic today. Before we get into that, Damali, is there anything we need to pray for? Anything going on?
No, so before we get started, I think you need to go.
Well, I'll do this right here because I saw they got 7 million monkeypox vaccine. And because of that, I'm gonna start out. Hold on, don't say that. I want to thank and appreciate our first responders for keeping the monkeypox away from me. All of our healthcare professionals, food providers, restaurant workers, and essential workers for their services on the front lines during this time. It's great how organization and churches in the community are coming together to help those in the community during this coronavirus pandemic.
Yes.
COVID is still here, y'all.
It sure is. Y'all better be safe. They say the
Be
numbers
careful
is
out
rising.
there. Be careful out there.
So before we get started, though, we want to send out prayers to my family, the Good and the Elliott families. My cousin Larry Good actually passed away on Friday. He was 49 years old, and his homegoing service is going to be next Wednesday, which is August the 3rd, 7 o'clock a.m. at Bigelow's Funeral Home, which is located at 1414 North Norfolk. Now, they're also doing a balloon release on Thursday, which is tomorrow, at 7 o'clock p.m. in front of his house, which was located at 751 East 34th Street North. So come out, bring your red balloons, bring number 3 love 34th place or 34th Street North. That was his home.
That's what he represents.
Yeah, and that's what he represents. And so we want to go and just have a good time and hang out with him. Hey, I see my sister Teresa's on.
Hey, Teresa.
And so we want to just go ahead and just have a good time and, celebrate with family and friends his life. So again, that is tomorrow, which is Thursday, 7/28 at 7 o'clock p.m. We're meeting at 741 East 34th Place. Bring your red balloons and let's have a good time in celebration of his life.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, man. It's so crazy because I'm 49 and you hear that, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's just been so much death. So
it has.
Prayers for you, prayers for the family. If you need something, KBOB and World One Development got you covered.
Sure.
No problem there. We'll be there for the family now and for whatever you need.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. And thank you so much. So want to say, shout out to the Historic Main Street Committee.
Hey.
Y'all did y'all thing. Charles on that committee, but they did their thing. They did the HBCU barbecue on Saturday, and it was a total success. Shout out to all the Greek organizations that were represented. Y'all did y'all thing. And it was a really nice organization. Now, let me tell you.
Uh-oh.
I know some of y'all out there was back in college.
You know what?
And I know some of y'all had that Bengay in full effect because y'all was out there trying to step and stroll. And I'm like, now you too old.
Yeah, they sold out of Epsom salt at the dollar store. No more Epsom salt. And I know about that Epsom salt in that hot water.
Right.
Yeah, I know. You see, they said, Charles, go and get out there and stroll. My cousin was trying to encourage me. I was feeling unencouraged the way they were stepping. I'm like, this is not 1990, 88, 85, whatever you go, whenever you pledge. But that lets you know when you get around, people and peers and people trying to do something positive in the community, that energy just kind of comes out.
Overtakes you.
It didn't overtake me. I kept myself together. Kept my knees, my ankles, my back. I feel good today.
Right.
I wanted to, but hey, shout out to everybody. It was a wonderful time out there. Just to see us getting together because a lot of people haven't done it since 2019.
Yes.
So shout out to Bill White. He's the executive director of Main Street. He does a phenomenal job in the entire board because we were sprinkled everywhere. I threw down trash, we was picking it up. So we want to talk to y'all, but we won't do it today.
Okay.
But shout out to everybody. We had a good
Bill,
time.
I bet you his knees was messed up too because he was out there to get his little dance on.
See, Uncle Bobby gave me a call because we had a showdown set up in spades and dominoes.
And what happened?
City Council posted a video of your guy, Muhammad Ali, slamming it down, saying the champ is here. So nobody showed up. Everybody got scared. Nobody showed up on the spades table. We played a little cousin Jude a little bit, but we didn't get to do the showdown.
Yeah.
So next time, don't be scared, y'all out there. Don't be scared.
Yeah, come on out. Come on out. It's all love.
It's all love.
You gotta have bragging rights for a year.
I know.
So y'all still the reigning champs.
So we still the reigning champs.
Okay.
Until we settle. We'll settle it next year.
Okay.
But Damali, we got a loaded show today. I'm so excited about it. I know that's why all these people in here, even the 206. So quickly, before we jump into it, Robbie Nichols is in the building.
Okay.
Jonathan is in the building. Thank you from over there at the shop. Damali.
Yes.
It's hard to stay together these days.
Man.
So we're going to try to get into this thing called relationships. We've been holding back. We've been holding off to people divorces go through or don't go through or together, not together. It's hard to tell sometimes. Relationships are tough. And you add the pandemic.
Yeah.
Add job loss.
Yes.
Add a couple crazy kids. Now, if you youngsters, I ain't talking, y'all not really crazy. I'm just playing.
Right.
But anyway,
don't take it personal.
Life, But I'm just saying that because during the pandemic, man, we were spending $1,200 a month on groceries.
Man. Yeah.
I'm like, that's the house payment. So somebody, we got to sit down and talk. We're going to drink
water,
got to
go. Something got to happen.
Do something. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, so in order to help us, develop this segment of our show, we got Tyson Thompson in the building, who's going to be here with his, comments and suggestions. And we're going to talk about that. And then we also have cousin April. She's in the building.
My favorite little cousin, she's in the building. She's jobless today as well. And we appreciate that. You know,
all the time. Tell him.
I got all these text messages from the millennials this morning. Really? Y'all hating on us. Is anybody going to be in there in their 20s? I said, man, April look almost 20.
Yeah.
I said,
I look like I'm 20.
The my luxury, all this purple on. She could try to get by. Just a little bit. You know, we're trying to see what's what. But you know what? We going to get into it. So we need everybody. We got people on here from all over the U.S., even some international people. We streaming on 17 different platforms, and we want to get into it because we're trying to make this world a much, much better place if we can by doing a little bit today.
So the number one thing that I put, you know, so this topic is huge, and we can talk about this all day and all night, and you know, for probably several different days. But the one thing that I wanted to say about is whether you're married, whether you're single, whether you're talking about a business relationship, each and every nurture is what they have in common. Denominator. And so how do we do that? What happens? What is nurturing? So I think we can one of the topics, a little bit. So if we're talking about, you know, a marriage situation where a couple is married, what is that? You know, and what does nurturing look like? So for me, I just put in a couple things. You know, you got to have trust. Right. And there's got to be communication. And I think those for me are the two biggest. You know, what do you think?
Man, we got a special guest. I'm not going to start when I have an expert in the house. I ain't going to let y'all set me up because then I say something, then he say something profound. They be like, get Charles out of the radio station. I'm not going to set myself up. So I'm going to pass the ball to our special guest. But first, Tyson Thompson, how you doing, my friend?
All is well. Good.
All is well.
Glad to be here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Tyson, one of those people that don't never age.
Exactly.
I've been knowing... I'm a 122-year-old in there. Mr. Tyson Thompson is in the building. Tyson, man. First, how's your family, man?
Oh, all is well. You know, and it's a great topic. We just went through a lot and still going through it. You know, like you said, nurturing. Nurturing is a process.
Key word.
Yes.
And so we're going to talk about nurturing today and the process and what is really about as far as marriage and romance.
Yeah.
And how we have a false expectation of those three.
See, you better come on and say that.
You see why I say something first?
Yeah.
I'm going to still say what I was going to say. Here's my thing that I think is important.
Yes.
That's why I want Tyson to go first. So not too bad. This is just asterisk. To me, in life, things, I think you'll be all right. You got to feel needed. Mm-hmm. And you got to feel loved. A lot of your motivation in life is because your kids or your husband or your community, whoever, they need you. Right. When you get up in the morning, you're doing things because people need you. You be like, man, let me go because my wife needs the ring that's 5 carats. Let me get up and go to work because my kids need to play these sports. So you out and you working and you motivated because people need you. Mama needs you to help her with this, man. My niece and nephew, so it's a need. So people need you, but then hopefully they still love you.
Yes.
Because sometimes people need you but don't love you. That's a whole different thing. But if they love you, don't need you, that's a whole nother thing. But needed and love.
Yikes.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, y'all get in here. It's 30 y'all in here.
Pretty profound.
It was all right. All right. Okay. Let me drink some water then.
Not popping the collar.
Let's go with We have another special guest in here too. It's looking awesome with her hair. It's got a bunch of waves and a whole bunch of waves. I'm getting seasick.
Yeah.
But we do have who I think is the youngest in here. We got my cousin, my favorite little cousin, April, in here. For a moment, nurture a relationship, and we talk about that. What is your first thought when I got to be nurtured?
I think acceptance. Yeah. That's a big thing. You come into a relationship, you have to accept who they are.
Yeah.
All that can come later. Right. I accept you for being quiet, loud, who you are.
Right.
I accept you.
Yeah.
Once I accept you, we can do all the other stuff later.
Right.
I mean, it comes with time.
Right.
Like the church folks say, by and by.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's
good stuff.
Hey, don't leave us by ourselves. If you live on World One Development, what do you think when we say nurture? Y'all get in here. We need to go from the East Coast to the West Coast, up north and down south. Quick shout out to Franchelle.
Hey, Franchelle.
She was a guest last week. Welcome to the show. Trudy Crumpton. Welcome to the show. Alicia Walker. Welcome to the show. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Lisa Elliott said facts about what I said, I believe.
Because he's trying to always be your friend, sister. You know how he do.
We got to talk to her later.
Right.
Yeah. Come on, sis.
Right. Right. So Tyson, enlighten us from your perspective. You know, if you are in relationship. You listed things that you wanted to talk about. So let's just go ahead and hit those.
Well, I'll start off with my book coming out.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's do it.
It's called.
Shameless plug.
Check this out.
Ahead.
It's nice. It's going to be great. It's one of the greatest pieces of literature ever. And the reason why is because it's authentic.
Yes.
I became really raw and transparent with this book. It's called "I Didn't Know It Was Okay to Be Me."
Love it.
Oh, it's bomb. And check this out.
All right.
When I was 6 years old, because of some drama at home with my dad and mom, I promised that I will marry a woman and treat her better than my mom was treated by my dad. And during that process, I became somewhat of a rescuer. And now, you know, when you become a rescuer, what happens is you become a pleaser. Man. The motive for getting married was wrong. My reason was not healthy. It was out of a form of survival or dysfunction.
Yes.
So I was going to rescue somebody because I had to right the wrongs that my father did.
Right.
And because my father was a bad guy and my mama was great, then women are innocent and men are dogs. That was my perception as a kid. So I grew up thinking that I was always guilty. I was the one that was responsible. If my family wasn't happy, it was my responsibility to make them happy.
Right.
And we all know that it's impossible to make another person happy. So this book is about the false perspective about love, marriage, and romance, and how we look to them to be something that they can't be.
Right.
It's like squeezing blood out of a turnip. It just can't happen.
Yes.
And a relationship isn't meant to do that, especially romantic relationships.
Yeah.
Romantic relationships is kind of like dessert. You don't need it.
Okay.
But oh, it's so sweet. Right? You don't need it. And see, this is the thing. You know, I know the Bible talks about not good that man be alone. Okay. And that's really important. But it was talking about mankind. Okay.
Right.
So man by himself doesn't work. He needs a suitable helpmate, right? Someone that can go alongside that complements him.
Yes.
Not necessarily in romance. And that's the way we've always perceived it.
Absolutely.
So I would say this, that it's not good that man be alone, nor is it good that woman be alone. But we don't need romance. We need community.
Okay.
We need to affirm women. We need men to bless them, be a part of development, but not always through the vein of romance. And I believe that's what women are thirsting for. It is to be covered, not necessarily to be sexed up or to be loved on in a physical way. So think about this, and then I'll let y'all ask more questions. Check this out. When I go play basketball, I'm 5'4" 3/4", right?
3/4. So what you got to remember is the 3/4.
That's right. So when I put my shoes on, I'm 5'5". Okay. So if I make a jump shot, 3-pointer, and I use this analogy a lot because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Men say, "Good job, Tyson." I may even get a slap butt. Good job. High five, chest bump. Men are always affirming each other.
Yes.
But how often is a woman affirmed by a man without him wanting something in return?
Wow.
See, that's the disparity.
Yeah.
So what I say is before you get involved in romance and before you hook up, right, you need a community to support you. You need a community that looks after you, because back in the day, marriage is about communities coming together, not two individuals. So we have two people coming together without the support, without clarity, without affirmation. So they're needy. So now we're going into relationships thirsty, needing something, right? Looking for that person to be something for me that they were never meant to be. And now you have dysfunction.
Yes, that's real.
Man, don't be thirsty, but I'm thirsty. Man, that's what I'm talking about. Damali, you and April take it, because he just said something right there.
But you know, I think that is so true. I think that oftentimes when you look for fulfillment in other places, that's why our divorce rate is so high. Is because people don't get what think they need or perceive that they need from this other individual, and that burden is just too big to carry.
It is.
You know, and so then at some point somebody taps out. It's like, man, I just can't do this no more.
Well, I tapped out.
Yeah.
And,
You tapped out?
And I'm
that
telling
too.
you, and in this book, right, I have a chapter. It's called Loved. Knowing that you're loved, right? And then I got one called Love First. And then I got one called I Wish I Had Loved First. And in that chapter, I talk about what I did when I tapped out. So my first marriage, I ended up having affairs because I was thirsty for affirmation.
Yes.
But I twisted it and thought it was validation. And see, there's a difference. So the day we were born, life said yes to us all. That means we're valid. That means we have a seat at the table, right? Called life. Okay, but we look to people to validate us. And we never should. However, we affirm each other. Affirmation. So basically what we say is, I see your worth and I value. And all I'm saying is I support what has already been done. So life said, yeah, I see your worth. to do. And when you talked earlier about us needing to be needed and loved, that is important, but it has to be balanced.
Yes.
So
Right.
life demands three things: that we grow, develop, and produce. We're supposed to mature as individuals, our
Yes.
character. We're supposed to develop our skills, and then we got to go make something happen with it. We got to go and produce. So we are to be needed. We need each other. And that's why God set it up to where we need to be a community. Right. So marriage was about bringing communities together,
Man,
not just
different.
two people
Right.
own selfish
Yeah.
or unrealistic needs for a lover.
Right. Right.
You
right,
follow
right.
me?
Yeah.
I know. And Damali, I'm so childish because as soon as he said community come, I know y'all got to work with me. Y'all already know that before y'all put me on the show. But I was thinking about coming to America. No, hold on. You remember the girl was coming in on the one leg and she was coming in. I'm just saying. That was about
Why
in my
people?
mind. That still was community, though.
Yes.
Even though that was a show, some humor in it, but that helps me understand. Look, what's behind them being together, even though on the show it was something different.
Right.
But that man, if a community is behind you,
Yeah.
Well,
man,
it gives
program.
you, and check this out. People want to know, how do I know if he or she's right? Well, number one, a romantic relationship is the most risky of them all. It's the one where you get everything.
Right.
Your body, your time, your name. You either take or receive one, right? Oftentimes. And the cost when it breaks up is devastating.
Yeah.
You know, if my brother don't like me, okay, cool. All right, bro. You know, we'll get back together later. If my best friend mad at me, well, we'll make up, because it ain't much at stake.
Right.
But romance, it takes a lot of faith, trust in another person. That's why you have to be completely whole when you align yourself with someone.
Right.
You know, so it's
Right.
very. So I say that we don't have to watch our back. Like, I got a good friend named Chris Staten.
Man,
He told me how stupid I was, and nobody was telling me. So, girl, he ain't the one. Girl, did you see what he did or just did?
Right.
Oh, it's okay. We can work it out. No, you need a community to back you up and to see your blind side. So this is how you know. You, for one, if you're not spiritually grounded, try to find something that spiritually grounds you, so you can have insight. And Think and Grow Rich, he calls it infinite intelligence, right? So I believe in God. I believe in the scriptures of Jesus and his teaching. So I trust the Holy Spirit, right? If you don't have that, get it. Get something. And then two, you need to have a plan. Like, what is his plan? So women ask this question: what are your plans with me?
Man.
What's your vision? If he can't tell you right off, then he ain't ready, right? I'm not saying he's not the one, but he's not ready.
Yes.
So you said when the man, so many people listening, or you saying the one should say, what are your plans?
I think men and women should
Ask them the
dating.
question.
Like, okay, like, what's your vision? If she don't have a vision, then why are you a business partner that has no vision? Okay?
True. Sure.
You don't want to go into business with somebody who has horrible credit, or who has a horrible business reputation. No, but we make this decision based on feelings and emotions, and we just jump into bed with somebody and we commit. Because when you make that sex act, right, we're committed, right? A covenant, according to the script. We're covenant partners now, and so we're linking up without a commitment.
Yeah.
So it's like saying I promise with my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's dangerous how we do it. It's
Super.
very dangerous. So you should ask that question, like, what's your plans for me? Like, how do I fit in your vision? And then a woman should say, do I fit in his vision? Because I got one, and his ain't quite aligning with mine.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So that's why this book is about developing and becoming all you need to be before you connect. So you need to thrive as an individual, with or without a companion.
Absolutely.
Man, let me add this. I'm gonna let my cousin April shout out to Shay Thrower. I'm trying to make sure y'all I got y'all covered. I know y'all in the building. Paula Holmes is in the building.
Hey.
My cousin, respond to this. Loving yourself first is very important to me. Can't give what you don't know.
Yeah.
Come on.
What you think
That's
of that?
like pouring from an empty glass.
That's right.
Like you can't give something that you don't have. I mean, that's first and foremost. But how can you love somebody else if you can't love yourself first?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you have to know who you are. Now, granted, people grow, they change. I mean, I wasn't the same person yesterday I am today, but that's what life experiences. But you have to love or know love to be able to give it.
Yeah.
Period.
Totally
you
agree
can't
with
give
you.
it if you don't know how it feels.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sliding this next one to you, Damali. I just want to do a cousin connection.
Oh.
Thanks for obliging me a little bit. So I got the cousin connection.
It was a setup.
Okay. Lynette Marie Martin said, it's nurturing and feeling needed. I feel needed only on his terms, but I don't always feel loved. I'm gonna pass that to you, Damali.
Well, and I think that so part of that for me in listening to that and even listening to the comments that have been said, part of that is you have to grow yourself, right? So 20-year-old Damali is going to function way different than 50-year-old Damali. You know what I'm saying? Because my life experiences, and then I've figured out what I need. And so may not be exact or but I'm comfortable being single in my
that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that the person I need, I just haven't come across him yet. But guess what? I ain't looking for him either. I'm not running out here getting on, findmeablackman.com. I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
So they say, like Damali said, a man that finds Damali has found a good thing. Is that what you're saying?
Of course.
The prize.
Boom.
That's how I say it. When you in playing games or basketball, I was athlete back in the day. I'm older now.
So I'm trying so many people on to let them know they're at the table. So Giovanni A. Mack is in the building.
That's my best friend.
Best friend is in the building.
Hey, girl.
Caleb Colbert is in the building.
Hey, Caleb.
Mr. Polo Powell, all the way down in St. Louis, he's in the building.
Yes.
Thanks, sweetie pies.
And I'm gonna go. Tangela Sinclair Moore has a question.
My buddy.
I'm gonna pass it to Tyson since it's a buddy. He seems to got a question. It is burdensome to ask a created thing, human, to be what God can be to you.
Oh, that's right. And see, and that's why we prematurely connect.
Right.
Before we're mature,
Right.
we're dependent on each other, and we need, and people are dependent on us.
Right.
See, God is the one that gives us our identity.
Yes.
And I lost my identity because it was wrapped up in a relationship. And an infallible person cannot give me my identity. Only the Creator can.
Right.
So whatever you believe in, whether it's reincarnation, Big Bang, or whatever, no, we don't exist of our own. Don't exist. Something beyond us has chosen us.
Right.
And we all possess that thing that we all strive to preserve, and that's life. No man can produce life. He can manage it.
Right.
He can kind of toy with it, but he can't make it. So that's why I said the day you were born, life said yes. That means you are approved and you have a seat at the table. Now, people, we come around each other as a community and we affirm what God has already established. So you're right. You cannot be something for someone that only God can.
With that being said, we're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back after this break, we're going to get into this word called alpha male and alpha female. Some people say there is no alpha females. I don't know. We're going to talk about it. What do women want? We can get that from y'all. What do we want? We can get that from me and Tyson. We're going to get into that next. Y'all keep the questions coming to you right here on World One Development News you can use on KBOB 89.9 FM. Simulcast on the News You Can Use Network. And we'll be right back, y'all.
Did you know sickle cell disease affects people from all races and ethnicities? Sickle cell disease can look like you, and sickle cell disease can look like me. You could carry the sickle cell trait and never even know it. The state of Oklahoma and the supporters of Families with Sickle Cell Disease Incorporated are invested in educating Oklahomans about sickle cell disease and other inherited blood disorders and traits. For more information, visit us at www.oksickleinfo.org.
Searching for ways to grow your business? Or perhaps you'd like to invest in Tulsa's African American community? The Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce is a great place to start. The Chamber was created to serve and increase the visibility of needs in our community. It is an umbrella organization for local businesses, the Tulsa Juneteenth Festival, BWS Black Women in Business, and the Grassroots Economic Development Fund known as BWS The Power Group. For more at the Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce or to donate to them, visit bwschamber.com.
How to order chicken wings. Number 1, find a good wing spot.
I know a wing spot, Max Wings.
Number 2, decide if you want a combo or if you want to order a la carte.
Huh? What's that?
Well, combos come with chicken, veggie sticks, fries, and a drink for a discounted price. A la carte means that you order each item separately.
Okay.
3, decide if you want bone-in, boneless, or cauliflower wings, and then determine the delicious flavor you want on your wings.
I didn't even know cauliflower had wings.
You learn something new every day. Have you been to Max Wings?
Yep.
Max Wings is located at 72 East in Tulsa. We're open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come to Max Wings, home of the dry rub fries.
This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Networks, powered by World One Development, and we are back.
So we're going to hit a couple of the questions some of our listeners have asked. One, Naida says, can someone speak into long distance relationships?
Ooh, we don't go across that state line. Can you stay? My first thing, can you stay faithful, man? Valentine's Day, Christmas, the fireworks going up in Tyrone. But they're looking through the window. It's always Tyrone. Look, Erica Badu said, call Tyrone. But we gonna call Tyson. We gonna pass to Tyson. We gonna call Tyrone. We gonna call Tyson. Long distance relationship.
Well, it's about what's your vision? What's your plan? What is it you want in a relationship?
Sure.
What is the relationship supposed to do for you? And if a long distance relationship doesn't fit, then it just doesn't fit. So everyone is built different. Their needs are different. And so it all depends on the individual. And I'm not going to say it doesn't work because, in-home relationships don't hardly work.
Right.
So it's all about effective communication and being sincere and authentic and what your needs are. But you have to have a vision. And that vision has to be greater than just your reasons, because reasons often change, and they're often are from, perspectives from childhood or expectations are, and they're not fully developed. So the purpose of marriage is what we want to go back to. So the purpose of marriage comes from truth, right? And so truths don't change, laws don't change, but preferences do, feelings do, reasons do.
Right.
And even rules change, but laws don't change. So I would say go back to the law of marriage or the purpose of marriage first and determine if a long-term relationship would actually fit in the purpose or the confines of what marriage is really about.
Man, that's a deep. April, I'm going to pitch this to you. This to you.
Ready, catch.
Some people say that long-distance relationships are actually better because you get a chance to miss the person a little bit. Like, I don't want you all up under me eating my pancakes and eating I'm talking about pancakes, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about? So sometimes people go, I know people like that. They actually say, I love a relationship because I can do the things I need to do. You come in on the weekend and we kick it, then you go on, but it works. What you say to that?
But back to what Tyson said.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Me, that wouldn't work for me. I am a Taurus for one, and I like what I like, and I'm assertive. Others take it as aggression, but it takes a real man that knows who he is and be very secure within himself to deal with April. Now it may be a Damali or whoever, but I'm just, for me, that's not something that I would do because I feel like people change in situations. You know what I'm saying? My needs today may not be the same needs tomorrow.
Right.
So I'm gonna need you to know who you're dealing with. Yeah. You have to know who you're dealing with. If you don't know who it's not gonna work.
Yes.
I say this all the time. Like, I have friends call me like, listen, sis, that it ain't gonna work. But you have to know what you're gonna put up with and what you're gonna deal with. You know, some of us get lost in the sauce. You know, we go to day to day, we got children, but things, not children, but children, and so you're busy being a mom and a wife and a husband. I ain't gonna leave y'all out. But things change. If you don't, that's an issue. That's a break in communication. And I understand that women mature quicker than men. You have to know what you want.
Right.
You got to want what I want in order for us to, but we have to be able to accept and bend
for each other.
You know what I mean? Like,
let's do this. Let's do this, because a lot of people they live and die by the signs. Now I don't do that, but we are representing some signs, and people might be like, "Oh, she only saying that because she's a Taurus." I'm not a Taurus. I'm a Libra. I'm a whatever, but I'm a Capricorn.
Yes, I'm an Aries.
Well, I think I'm an Aquarius.
Aquarius.
I think
When is your birthday?
22nd. January.
Yeah, I think you're Aquarius too. Yeah. For some, that means something. People be like, I can't listen no more. But anyway, at least you got that. You got those facts. But that was important. Let me quick shout out. Some other people jumped in. So @ Taylor is in the building. She said, "Good words, Tyson. Even that 3/4.
Oh, wow.
My wife's tuning in. It's 22 years in. Welcome to the show. Candace Bambico is in the building. I hear
My
she from the
classmate.
beat town.
Okay.
Class of what? She ain't class.
Oh, 4.
04?
Still like 04. I mean, yeah.
Okay. I got Michael Brewer in the building. And then I got Casey Lindsay.
Hey, what's up, Casey?
Faces in the building as well.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I see some of the other questions, but we got to switch gears here because another loaded piece of this conversation is this thing about this alpha male, beta male,
Yes.
and all of that stuff. Female, Molly, give us some information to work with.
So the alpha male, let's just talk about that. Guys, according to Google. Okay. So Google said this. I ain't say this. Okay. Google said it.
If Google said it, it's true. Huh?
Okay. So alpha males are guys with great confidence, while beta males are guys with low self-esteem.
Makes sense.
As alpha males are leader types, while beta males are followers.
Okay, I'm just listening. Listening.
So and I'm gonna give you some of the highlights because there's like 15 signs that you're an alpha male and 15 signs that you're a beta male. All right, actually 17. So beta male.
17. Let's
17
not.
for the,
How fast can you go through them? Because we got to read them slow.
No, we're gonna go quick. So alpha males, they influence others in making decisions.
Hold on, y'all. Listen, get your pen and pad. She gonna get your pen and pad. We got to unpack this a little bit. Welcome to the Robinson Karen. Come on to it. Give us some.
So, male, he influences others and he makes sure every area of his life is in order. He is in control of his emotions, sees that nothing gets out of hand. He manipulates situations according to his plan. Okay. He is often appointed as a leader. He wants to build an empire. He is goal oriented. He can delegate tasks with authority, competitive, protective of people close to him, often approached for help and advice, looked up to by people, does not get intimidated by others, and can motivate people. Alpha male.
Alpha male, man.
Beta male.
Yeah, that is.
Works are usually mediocre. He is not ambitious, does not like competing with others. He is content with having enough. Less goal driven, insistent on his thoughts, normative when liking someone, stays away from leadership, can submit to leaders with ease, lets the woman decide. Has no problem with being a follower in a relationship. He's easygoing, does not pressure himself for perfection, is calm and patient most of the time, not intimidating, is a team player, and he's not vain or demanding.
That was a good trait.
Do we drink wine on the show? I don't need to drink it all. But anyway, y'all get in here.
I got something to say.
Okay.
What was it?
You got to talk into the mic.
It was one that you said. Anyway, I feel like the person that did the alpha male, or whatever, is an alpha male.
Yes.
A beta male is not such a bad thing. Listening to the description, because let me tell you something. Not one person has it all together,
right?
Because nobody is perfect,
That's right?
You have to have the drive to want certain things, but I like a beta male.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay.
But this is the thing.
Cool.
So let me tell you.
The beauty of ladies first, because I don't want to do nothing. I'm trying to be where I'm supposed to be.
Alpha females, which you and I are.
We are
alpha females. You know, the bottom line.
How y'all just gonna co-sign y'all self?
Because we know.
Yeah.
Y'all made eye contact. We haven't even read what the alpha woman is.
Okay, go ahead.
It's probably the same as alpha male.
Hey, let's do this.
Actually, it really is.
Let's read that so we can unpack both.
So it's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same, but just flipped in reverse.
I got you.
So one of the things I is being aggressive and related. Said this earlier. As an alpha female, you know, for me, I just decided what it is that I wanted and what my plan was for my life, whether I'm with a partner or not.
That's right.
This is my plan for my life, you know. So that's just like somebody deciding I want to be a lawyer, but you never go to school.
Yeah,
that don't make no sense, you know. And
let me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I decided for my life, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to go.
And you should, because if you don't, who's going to do it for you?
Exactly.
Well, here's a bigger question. Were you always like that?
So no.
See, that's a good point, though. If you wasn't always like that, then what got you from what you used to be to what you are now? Because that means maybe people could change.
So this is a thing for me.
I'm just saying that because you're a woman little more season on your fry. You see what I'm saying?
I
Is that a good term to use?
like that.
We
Food is always good.
I got about 50 text messages from millennials in their 20s like, we need to be on the show because y'all gonna just look at it. We have to think about it. We are a little more seasoned. Yeah. So I think as we give information, we'll add a little bit of what we used to be versus what it is now. That way we can kind of help the millennials out so they don't come roll up on me.
So this is what I'll say. When I was a younger person, I used to be really quiet, really shy. And so let's say like elementary school, and I got bullied a lot. And people would, like my mother was in the Nation of Islam, so my name is Damali. My last name was Hassanuddin. You can't even spell it. Wow. It got every letter in the alphabet. Exactly.
I just want to give it a shot.
Medication.
Right. And so you know how kids are. And so kids are mean. And but I just kind of stayed to myself. And at some point, I decided, you know what? I'm never going to do this to my kids. Not that my mother did anything wrong. Mama, I ain't saying you did nothing wrong. I love you. Okay. But what I'm saying is sometimes our decisions as adults affect our kids and we don't think about how it affects them, right? And so I was bullied.
Hold on real quick. Mama, I'm not saying none of this because I need some bread. Go ahead. No, this one I'm not speaking out. It's about food. I need some April.
Food is always good.
Right.
Now, we're going to have to pass this ball because you roll
So
that.
what I'm saying is this, though. Because of that, I made a decision that I wanted to do things differently for my kids.
Right.
But I was a thinker. So in my mind, okay, I want to have a nice car. I want kids to be in a certain school system. I want them to have regular names. What my kids? I had my kids' names before I even had kids. Right. Because I became a planner of how I wanted my life to be. And when I met folks, because I've been married a couple of times, and when I got married, those guys chose me because they saw my ambition and where I was going, but they weren't the partners that I needed to be in the car with me.
Good.
Right. Let's bring in somebody on the line from the ATL to see what they got to say, just to add that in. Because they all in here like, Charles, you leaving us out. No, we not. We just trying to unpack a little bit. We got 2 alpha females, but Mario Johnson said this out of the ATL. I myself believe there is no alpha females. Mario said
Mario?
Hey, somebody give me something to drink. No alpha females, and we done identified too. Have you ever seen a lioness fight another for a male? No. I'm just reading. Hold on. I'm the reader. I'm the messenger. The only time you can try alpha female is when you're just talking about only females and no males. Not trying to be funny, but 2 females in a relationship with each other, 90% of the time you have only that feminine or more boyish. That's how this alpha male stuff started. All the way out of the ATL. Tyson, what do you think about that?
Well, I see it from a whole different perspective. For one, we're not beasts. True. We have a choice, right? So we're not animals. Right. We have been given a will, right? And no matter what our temperament or personality is, we can develop our character.
Sure.
See, we should be like-minded, right? We walk in love. We are patient. We're kind. We should develop as individuals. So you don't have to be the guy that just takes the mic, take the bull by his horns, but you can still be a person of character and integrity. Sure. Like she said, she likes a man that's patient and calm. You don't always have to be one up front talking. And there's nothing wrong with taking charge and jumping in there and being a leader. Right. But we are, by far, personal development is our most important job.
Yes.
We are responsible to develop ourselves.
Right.
And whatever our personality temperament is, our culture is, our character has to change. Our character has to continue to develop. And whenever we're dealing with people, I don't care if you're alpha, beta, you are to walk in love. And that's not feelings or emotion, not conditional. Right. That is a perspective that is an agape type. That means it's unconditional. That means I'm patient, I'm kind, I'm faithful, I'm true. That means I give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't assume. Yeah. That means effectively communicate your own purpose. I'm not just some animal that just responds to what I feel or just give it over. Oh, well, that's just my temperament. So you got to deal with it. Oh, that's just my personality or my culture. No, you should walk in love with people. So I would just say we got a choice and everybody should be growing and developing as individuals. Before you link up in relationships. Yes, so you can't be stupid. So if you don't have confidence, don't get married. Right. If you broke, men don't go on a date. Women, if you broke, don't go on a date. Right. If you don't know what you're gonna do next year, you don't need to be dating to figure out your life. Right. Be the alpha over your life that is given you,
Right.
and you put that to use. And then when you're doing your thing, you'll walk alongside the guy that's doing this thing and be like, oh, we go in the same direction.
Right.
Let's link up and let's share and enjoy it together.
Yes,
That's how
I
you do that.
love it. Yes.
That's why I'm glad we live all around the world, because we helping a lot of different people.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times people can't have a conversation.
Mhm.
You can't even have a conversation with your family, friend, significant other, wife, husband.
Community is important.
You need support.
Yeah.
Real quick, some shout outs. I'm trying to keep y'all in here. Catrice Hammonds is watching. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
AJ, he said, I'm an alpha male down here in Arkansas. And Arkansas is only alpha male. Silverback. No, I'm just saying. Teresa, see, I was trying to say season on the fry. Teresa said, just say old, Charles. Just say old. Now, that's your sister said it. I didn't say it.
Well, I ain't got nothing to
we
say about
got
that. Marlena
Christopher tuning in. Welcome to the show. And we got a lot more. We got Hewitt Mills. That's one. Rena Bennett is in the
that's
building,
Rena.
friend of yours. And Arthena Scrumpter.
I don't
See
read it on
that?
my-
Okay,
yeah.
close.
I think,
just trying
okay,
to get-
yes. So you know what, and I like this. What AJ says. AJ says being alpha males. Being an alpha male and my wife is an alpha female. We have been married for 41 years and we are both stronger together.
Right.
Our marriage is still getting stronger. That's one of the reasons why we're still together.
That's good.
Because they know where they're going. And I think a lot of times, because like with me, I've been accused of being aggressive. People say I'm aggressive. And I'm like, I'm not really aggressive. I know where I'm going and I'm not going to let you derail my plane.
Mhm.
You know, and so
And so a passive male would not work for you.
Right.
Because you can be an alpha and still be passive.
Right.
I don't think I'm not an alpha, but for years I just didn't speak because I had to make it right. I was always wrong. So some traits in me that just wasn't healthy to be in a relationship with. And my wife told me now, my beautiful wife, 4 years, Soraya,
Yes. Soraya.
she said, look, if you don't tell me, it's unfair. If I don't know what's wrong. And so I still struggle with being honest about how I feel because I don't want to hurt the person's feelings, even if I don't. And it's just trying to please all the time. And this, I will say this, but we're never meant to please each other.
Right.
We're meant to serve.
Right.
Man,
There's a difference.
Yeah, there's a
Pleasing, I'm trying to get a response. Serving, I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart, and I want your life better. And if I don't do it well enough, then I can work on it and get a little better because I want to serve you.
And I think sometimes
let's let
go
April
ahead.
pass
I was
it.
just about to say that goes back to, like I said, acceptance. If you accept the person for who they are, you can change together.
Yes.
I have learned, because I've been married before as well, I have learned that you can't change a person.
No,
you sure can't.
Because and in my marriage now, I had to realize, okay, you know what? I'm gonna bust you up. Okay, let me calm down. You know, that's what they say, aggression. Yeah, that was aggressive. But what I'm saying is, like, if I have to shake you to listen to me, listen to what I'm saying. But I'm saying it because I love you. I love us. I want us to. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. To change, you have to grow. What I do, I'm spiritual. I believe in the Holy Trinity. So when you get on my nerve, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go somebody above your head.
Come on.
I pray about it.
Right.
God showed me he can't do it by himself. I got you. He got my back. I prayed about it. It changed. That's what it is. Like I
That's
have
that foundation.
Right. And I
like
know
that.
that, you know what I mean? And we pray together. We, a lot of things together. Now, no one marriage is perfect.
Yes.
But you have to grow and you have to try. If I see you putting forth the effort, okay, boo, I got you. I got you. But if you ain't giving me no act right, what am I here for? Because you stress. Listen, I got blonde hair, but I got gray up under here. Okay,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm trying. You would stress me out, but I allow you. Nobody can make you mad. Nobody can make you sad. Nobody can make you happy.
Okay.
If you're happy with yourself, it's a bonus.
Yes.
It's a bonus for
Deserve.
them.
Yes.
Hey, y'all keep the comments coming. Y'all must be saying some good stuff because somebody said, that's right. Come on now. Come on.
There's no ideal family or person.
There is not.
Right? But there is an ideal foundation by which we can place our beliefs on. There is a standard that's greater than us, and it's called grace.
Yes.
So if we submit, right, and we let him upgird us, like I said, you went back to your foundation and said, hey, help me with this. And I have to learn how to do that because I'm a fixer. So we got to fix this now. But sometimes you got to step back and you got to allow people to process and grow themselves because circumstances change. The worst or the best in us. So what's in us is all that can come out.
Right.
So we are responsible to consistently
Yes.
over time. A tree that don't produce fruit should be cut down and burned.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
So we got to
That's
keep
the
the
good
balance.
stuff.
We'll do this real quick. So we kind of unpacked the beta and the alpha male just a little bit, and I think the information given was just excellent from our little crew. Quick shout out to J. Cole out of H-Town. That's my niece. She's joining. Let's say this, because we got 2 males and 2 females. We'll go to our hump day hot topics. We'll talk about this for another hour. We'll do this the best that we can.
Right.
What does women want and what do men want? It's what we want to try to answer. Give about 3 or 4 or 5 things just from your own perspective. What do women want? For the men, it's a lot of men listening to that. It's a lot of women.
Sure.
Man, what do women want, Damali?
I would say truth, honesty, and I want to be protected. I want to feel like you have my back, no matter what the situation is. And so that goes back to if there's something that I would like to do, I want you to tell me the truth about it. If you feel like, honey, we can't do that because I can't afford it, or whatever the situation is, be honest. Don't say yes, we can do it, and then we out there, and then now you're trying to change horses in the middle of the stream. That creates problems. Just be honest and tell me what it is, and we can work with it from there.
That's good.
I like the lips. I'm gonna get, because Mario the ATL said just real quick, and we'll answer and go pass the ball to Tyson. He said, laugh out loud. No, we are not animals, but the world shows you how life goes. To alphas, we'll bump heads. Boom. Okay, someone has to be in charge. We can agree to disagree, but someone has to lead. As the Bible said, God gave Adam Eve to help him, and vice versa. So she gave Adam Eve. But who is the leader? The male. Great discussion, y'all. So I just want to throw that in there because I'm trying to make. What you think about that?
And just a quick thing, right? Women should not obey. That's for dogs and kids.
Hello.
But the man is to submit that foundation, right?
Right.
Now we decide under his umbrella, because we're getting married and hooking up based on our own perspective. We're so janky, right? But there's a foundation, right, that we should be hooking up on. And don't do that.
Yeah.
He's the alpha.
Yeah.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? Because he says there's no Jew, no Gentile, no Greek, none of that stuff, no woman, female, right? It is him, right? And so a woman submits and goes alongside her husband, not in the back, not in the front, as he submits to God, and they go together. Right, that's where it goes. So remember that, women, you don't obey. That's for dogs and kids. You are submit. That's a matter of the heart, which is something that men want. Back to that question, we want honor.
Okay.
Somebody.
If you honor me, oh man, that's good. You ain't gotta cook me nothing. That's nice too. But if you honor me, right?
If you honor me, I need food.
Oh man, that's his perspective of honor, right? So that does help. So you gotta communicate, And I think women, in general, I think they need security, and that's emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? Financially, right? If we broke, really, right? And he needs
to be able to come.
Hey, let's do this. Leon, that's our partner. He was with since he came to the show. Pull out after 10 years of marriage. Okay, we'll touch on that. So, Tyson, what do men want?
Man, we want to be honored. Like I made some mistakes because it was not reciprocated back to me. I didn't feel like that they saw me. My hashtag is I see your value. And that's what everybody wants. We want our value to be seen. And what that looks like to an individual is a little different. So you need to be respected, honored. You need somebody to know that they got you, they cover you. So it's responsible. What helps us cover is when we're honored and respected. Kind of like my wife, if she cooks, she gives me that big piece of chicken. Just on GP, but that's set aside for you. We don't wait to eat until he gets here, and then we all pray together. There's little things to say that I see your manhood. I see who you are. When I speak to you, I don't degrade you. If I see something I don't like, I don't pull it down. But my goal is to uplift you. Remember, help me, right? That's to help me be more of who God created me to be. And that's how you honor a man.
Man, that's it right there. Right quick. At Taylor's, give me peace. I love that. Polo Powell said, don't delete him. We're not going to delete you, Polo. Teresa said, ask Tyson, is he teaching classes? I got some males to enroll.
Okay, see?
I am, and I'm working on my online courses, but I'm also doing some one-on-one coaching through calls, free for the rest of the year. Right? Wow. So you can look me up at Tyson Speaks. You can look at TysonSpeaks.com or just go on Facebook, DM me, Instagram, DM me. Working on that TikTok
We're gonna do that. We gonna and Teresa, we're gonna double about getting. With that being said, also on here, Casey said honor, respect, and best friend.
That's good. So good. We need somebody.
Yeah.
We don't need but we need somebody to right, laugh, get in the flow, go on a picnic. Home should be an oasis. It should be light. Yes. It should be this place where everybody goes that knows your name, just like knowing, you know what I mean? It just should be fun.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Totally agree. Totally
because
agree.
in April, went.
I think a big thing for me is that I don't want it. I need it. I need to be heard.
Yes. Yeah. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
When I tell you that something is bothering me and you don't put forth an effort, strike one. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. I need to be happy. Again, I make me happy. But if I have chosen you as my life partner and we got these babies together, I'm going to need you to give them the good foot. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's very important that I tell you something and you hear me. Because like when you're talking to somebody, like in therapy, you're validating a person's feelings. You know what I mean? Now, hear me, listen, use it.
Right.
You know, you already said protection. You know, that's what a man, supposed to be. As far as the leading thing, like you said, we together, we shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Right. You ain't gonna believe me too much because I serve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you know who you are, come on, things kind of align.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I need to be heard. Like I think if you hear me, everything, because you're gonna hear me say I need protection. You're gonna hear me say I need financial stability. You're gonna hear me say I need the big piece of chicken. You're gonna hear me.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Today.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, a long day. I worked a couple of calories off, but you're gonna hear me.
Right.
I need you to hear me. Hear what I say.
And that's a big struggle in relationships.
Yeah,
I'm a barber. I've been a barber 33 years. What people tell me the most is they're not heard. Men and women.
Sure.
And barber, you have to listen. And what happens is when you're not heard, you stop speaking.
You do.
And then you stop dreaming.
Yep.
You stop moving forward. So we're deaf mutes walking around with no clarity about who we are and what we need from people. So we're not communicating. We're not authentic.
Yes.
Let's grab something from Mr. Energizer. Like alphas and they 10 years in the game.
Come on.
All the way from Jacksonville, Arkansas on the J-Bone Lounge. He said, my wife and I respect each other. We listen to each other before we respond to each other.
That's good.
About our dislikes as well as our likes. As an alpha male and alpha female, our communication and our connection with God by putting him first in our lives. For example, I cook breakfast in bed. And in turn, she brings me breakfast in bed as well.
All right.
That's good stuff. Let's hit Mario because I'm trying to make sure there's Mario out of ATL says he been in here. Mario, big snuggles. We appreciate you, man. Snuggles. I wish I was there in the studio. No, because you 6'4", 350. When no,
too hot. Look, too hot.
He said
too hot, Big Mario.
No, I'm just playing. That's my line, brother. Big Mario, I'm just playing snuggles. You've been in here before, so you know what time it is with Uncle Bobby. Tyson and I would have a great discussion. Not saying he's all wrong because he is not. But it's a lot more to this discussion than what we can say.
Right. Absolutely. In this short time.
And that's the beauty of what we do here is create a space to be able to talk. And I'll say this quick because we're saying, what do men want? When I was younger, I read the Bible, my scriptures and stuff together. I wrote down about 100 things that I want.
Oh, wow. That's good.
At 21, when I was in college. And everything I wrote down is what God sent me. But here's the issue sometimes. At 31... 10 years later,
different.
And then at 41,
different again.
Lord Jesus, don't turn the corner on 50. So question our Pastor Tyson, what do you do as you change and navigate? You know, a lot of people get married in college.
Yeah.
You know, and then life happens.
That's why you wait until you have matured. My buddy Chris always says, build them first. Then you bring someone into it. And remember, character all seek. We change our needs. Jimmy Evans about the great guy on marriage. He says, if your reason for being married is greater than your purpose for marriage, it'll probably fail. Because reasons change, but the purpose of a thing never does.
Yeah. That's good stuff. And it just goes for me, in the Bible, or when we talk about in church, when we talk about there is not a testimony without a test. And so for me, I look at relationships as these are tests that God may send, or things just happen, and it's how we navigate. Do we listen to each other in the good times as well as the bad times?
Yes, that's good.
Can we walk with each other, hold each other's hand, and lift each other up? And if we can't, then why are we here?
I said that's the mature thing. It's not an age thing. It's maturity.
Right.
The scripture says how you establish a home is through wisdom, understanding, right? And knowledge.
Right.
Wisdom. It didn't say love.
Right.
Most time people get a divorce, still love each other.
Exactly.
I know they crying. That's why they crying, because it hurts.
Right.
You care, right?
Right.
You still love, but you had no understanding. You had no wisdom and no knowledge about communicating and what this is really about.
Right.
Let's that first. People come together, right? Have understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. You'll have a greater chance of succeeding.
Yeah.
Tyson, man, thank you for coming in as our special guest. Not that we want you to go, we want them to know how to follow you, what's going on, what's coming, because after this we got to get into these hump day get the people what they want.
The book is coming out soon. I didn't know it was okay to be, but until then, you can get my book, Dream the Dream, right? It's my first book for the great Clifton Talbert. But I really want to go on this topic, right, about relationships, because most of us lose our identity. And I want to help people thrive as an individual first before they bring into someone else in their life, so that they life from a thriving, fulfilled, satisfied perspective.
Right.
So we'll be doing some things. I'll talk to you about, doing some events. And so it's coming, get on the launch team. The book is phenomenal. It's life-changing.
I cannot wait. And you know what? This sounds like a segment we need to add to our show.
We're gonna bring some millennials in here because they was on me this morning. We'll bring Tyson back.
Yeah.
We'll get some 20-year-olds.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Q&A.
With them. Let them do what they need to do.
Good stuff.
Hey, everybody's saying, man, they love all your feedback. You, April, Damali, Tyson, everybody. That's good. So what we got to do is take a real quick with our hump. So stay tuned. This is where one you can use on KBOB 9 FM and Sonicast, which you can use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We'll be right back with the Hump Day Hot Topics.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9. I'd like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chilling.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, the all-new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump.
Ronnie, how happy are you save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day.
Get happy.
Loves it.
That's it, Mike. Hey, we in here talking about relationships, and before we break, we get ready to get into the hot topic.
Right.
But cousin April, she read one of the comments. This cousin connection thing is going down in here.
Right.
And we want to give her a moment to respond as we get in before we get into these hump day hot topics. Go ahead, April.
Well, I see that Brenda Berry, she said, I love the little things and making him happy, but in my relationship, it's never returned. So since 2017, I have been getting my entire self together Good.
Come on.
I want to show my daughter how not to compromise your wants. Okay, excuse me. Let me say this. You know, we want a lot of stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
but what
Right.
do we need? Are you meeting my needs?
Right.
Okay, back to nursing. You need blood in your body to live. You need air in your lungs to perfuse your tissues and organs. Without that, you can't meet my needs. Give me what I need, and then we can work on the wants. I can compromise my wants. I will not compromise my needs.
Yeah, it's a difference.
That's I'm not doing that, because if you don't give me what I need, then again, what you're here for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think wants are something that, you know, we just, because your parents try to give you what you need. You need food, you need shelter. You know, I think your needs, and this is just for me. I'm not, you know, Brenda. This is April. This is April 101.
Right.
I need you to meet my needs, and I not compromise, but I'll let you build on my wants.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's just April 101.
And I think a lot of times what happens is we compromise,
Man.
and then now we become, you know, upset with
Mhm.
our person that we're with
Yeah.
because we've compromised and we've given so much of ourselves and we let stuff slide.
Right.
And now I'm mad at you
Right.
because you
Let's say,
won't or maybe need.
Yeah.
so you got your list of 10 things, and then we're going to switch to the hot topics. I promise you. I know y'all want to hear what's hot. Gary down in Atlanta, he said, great show, team. Appreciate that. And then Brenda said exactly. So good response to that, April.
Right.
So if you had to only get one thing first to others, you got to go a little bit without. That's the one thing you must have. Like, this is my priority. This is my number on my list. If I'm meeting something, this is first. I ain't going to say if it's not, no, this is first. When I meet you and you talk, I got to have this one thing. Or I can't even get past that. I'll go first, so that I always make y'all go first so I can think a little longer.
Yeah.
For me, I'm a religious person, but trust is my first one.
That's big.
That's number one of everything, because if I can't trust you, you might not even go to church. But anyway, so my first one, because man, I can't be with somebody I can't trust.
Yeah,
Trust is like you got my
That's
back, you're
right.
with me, because I might make mistakes, you might make mistakes, what have. But my number one thing is I got to know that I trust the person I'm with. If they go out of town, man, if they go to the grocery store, you really going to the Quick Trip? I mean, I just got to trust that's my number one.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
a good one.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Then I'll pass you the ball.
So you already said trust. That is the biggest thing for me as well.
For real?
But I will also say communication.
No,
That's it. Trust my number one, but you said it already.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Yours just trust.
Yeah, then it's trusting.
Boom. Just like that.
Okay.
Mine goes back to the honor thing. That's like soul food. You know, that's like everything. Oxtails, candy yams, mac and cheese, you know, a little sweet cornbread, you know, some sweet tea. That's like the conglomerate of the meals. So when you see my worth and my value and you recognize it, you celebrate me, that's what I like. You know, so what I'm about, you know, what you know, kind of, you know, some things I like. Do it in a way that says that, you know what, I appreciate just spending this time. So now that it's about sharing that part, you know, for me. So that's why I see honor it.
Last but not least,
So 4x100 meter dash. I'm the fourth leg. So, you know, I'm about to bring it
there
on.
you go.
Okay.
Look, when they pass you the baton, this is what's written on it.
It's over. It's done. Nah, but seriously, I got you, sis. Communication. Because I feel like communication is at the top. You can communicate trust. You can communicate a lot of things. If your communication lines are open, then you know what I need. Let's communicate. Listen, I can trust you, but if we can't communicate that, what does that do? Like, I need you know.
Crazy doubt.
You know what I'm about to compromise on? You know, I need you to talk to me. Can you talk to me? Can we hold a conversation? Do we argue? Do we fuss? Do we fight? Do we curse? You know what I'm saying? What can we communicate? And that's just me because I'm a talker. That's how God bless me. So I feel like communication for me is number one. I think everything else is kind of communication is like the umbrella for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So from the news, you can use this. Here in North Tulsa, USA. KBOB 89.9 FM. Honor is one. Trust, and communication.
Yeah,
that's it.
With that being said, we're gonna switch over to the topics. Y'all hang in with us now.
Okay. All right. First hot topic, and good job, y'all. Give y'all
Good job. Y'all was the right two guests today.
Yeah, we got this. Okay, so here we go. Tulsa Police Department is trying to improve how officers respond to the mental health crisis with a new employee. They welcome Kate Marshall as their clinical coordinator for the mental health unit. He has a lot of experience in counseling, therapy, and teaching. He actually was an adjunct professor of psychology at college. His main responsibilities are going to be helping the department respond to mental health cases and educate the public.
But it seemed like in Tulsa, most of the time, people getting killed is always mental health.
It
like
is.
90% of the time,
right.
we're dealing with people.
Exactly.
So I'm so excited to hear this news that we are helping, man, because you see people on the corners and they going through, and we just need to stop killing people when we don't understand what they got going on. That's somebody's uncle, mama, cousin, brother. So I'm excited to hear that. That is some good.
That is some awesome news. And I mean, we've talked about that a lot on this show about mental health. So I am glad that they are at least making a step forward to try to get a handle on that.
Can I slide in a hot news? The Juice went to the ATL today. They're going to stop in Memphis. You don't know about the Juice, you better act. So for everybody that donated and gave, support those young people that's going to go represent us, bring media to Tulsa where we need it, so we continue to tell our story our way. Pray for them and their safety as they go, that they learned it and they get back here safe and sound and get what they need.
All right, that's perfect. That's perfect. All right, check this out. I ran across this story and I just
here we go, y'all.
I'm like, what? Okay, so a police chief bragged about shooting a black man 119 times.
Oh Lord!
According to a recording.
I saw that.
Sam Dobbins, who was the police chief in Lexington, Mississippi, was fired on Wednesday after the disclosure of a recording of him bragging about killing people using the N-word repeatedly. A recording was leaked that showed that the official had bragged about killing 13 people in the line of duty and used the N-word repeatedly, including a description of him shooting a black person at least 119 times. The Washington copy of the recording, and it said that Mr. Dobbins can be heard boasting someone else about all of the men that he killed while he was an officer. See, so now he was police chief, but this is when he was on duty as an officer. And he described the shooting. He said he saved 67 kids in school by shooting a black man more than 100 times. He said, N-word 119 times. Okay.
Oh, wow.
He said he was dead right there. He said the vehicle was shot 319 times, but he actually shot 119 times, shot the man 119 times. So because of the backlash that mounted, a town of 1,600 people, 80% of whom are black, the Board of Aldermen voted 3-2 on Wednesday to oust Dobbins, effective immediately.
Think about that now. What I caught on to is they voted 3-2. The chief. I said, what you think about it? He almost was still the chief with that story, with the recording, with you hearing it in your ear.
Yeah,
he still almost kept his job. What we got going on in our world, Tyson?
We don't have a standard right now. It's how I feel, what I think is all relative. There's no truth, and we just don't see each other. You know, I'll say this: I am racist. If we get attacked by aliens, I'm picking the human side. Right. I'm a human first. Right. I'm a human being. So I am things.
Right.
See, I'm not black, white, I'm an ethnos, right? But I am a human being first, and they don't see them as human beings,
right?
And that's sad. So I choose the human side over them aliens and all that stuff,
right?
Because we got to survive.
Absolutely.
But you know, he also said, I watched it. He said that it was justified. Right. He kept saying it's justified. Like, you know, that's the devil. I'm sorry, I'm spiritual, so I can't lay my spirituality down for nobody, because God said if I deny him, then you know Jesus. But you see what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna run it back here. But you see what I'm saying? Like, you have to stand for something. And for me, but you know, that's just for me, and like that's what I stand for. So I mean, you know, that's just it's people are evil, and they say that they fear, you know, but it's not fear. It's just you want to do what you want to do when you want to do it, how you want to do it. So who you want to do it to?
That's right.
Period. You know, and it's funny. I bring these stories and I let people that I find, because it's not about black and white. it's really about, you know, when things happen, a lot of times don't know about it.
Right.
No, we don't.
And so when George Floyd happened for Charles and I, we got so many calls from a lot of our Caucasian friends that were saying, you know, hey, we never knew, we don't understand. And so you don't hear about these stories.
You don't.
So I want to bring these stories to the forefront because when people say that Black folks are angry, that we this or that or whatever, you know, then I want people to understand the trauma that we continually receive over and over. And this is why some folks feel the way they feel. Now, everybody ain't out here doing all this crazy stuff, but I'm just saying, these are examples. We know about these things in our community, but maybe other folks don't know because you're in your own silo.
I'll just add this, and I like what my cousin said. To me, things are always about the spirit of a thing.
Yes.
The spirit of policing came from chasing slaves and
Yes,
killing them.
absolutely.
And doing
Yes, absolutely.
That's the spirit of what that system is.
Yes, we talked about that. Yeah.
I agree with Tyson because, man, me and Tyson been hooked up for over 20 years.
Right.
You know, we about people. We love people. It don't matter who you are.
Who you are.
And a lot of that stuff is a long time ago, but spirit don't change. The spirit of how something was created still stands. So that's why so many systems, I believe, just has to be disassembled.
Yes.
And we that live together now put something together that does fit to what we think now, so that the spirit of it will be right. And then hopefully people can live longer and not be afraid or fear or whatever. You got to find a way to live.
Yes, I agree. Totally agree. Okay, here's some good news. This is a good story. Okay, so an Alabama girl becomes the youngest Black med student in U.S. history. Alina Ricker is her name. She is 13 years old, but she's getting ready to do big things. She was accepted to the University of Alabama's Hersink School of Medicine. Her accomplishments make her the youngest Black student to be accepted to medical school in the United States.
Wow.
She is currently taking undergrad courses at Arizona State University and Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama. She is planning to start her medical school coursework in 2024. The STAR student is getting a jump start on her medical career through the Burroughs Scholars Early Assurance Program, a program through the University of Alabama at Birmingham, which partners with HBCUs to provide early acceptance to qualified students who are committed to a career in medicine. Congratulations.
Wow, that's
that is awesome. Yes.
We
needed a good story. So that's a great time.
Okay, I know, but because of time, we're going to kind of roll through these upcoming events because we got to make Tyson stay here so we can take a picture with him because he is our celebrity guest, y'all.
Okay, so one thing that I wanted to say right now, what is happening on C-SPAN. We had Eli Grayson in here last week who talked about the freedmen, and there was a Senate hearing that is taking place. That hearing is taking place right now as we speak. It actually started at 1:30 Central Standard Time on C-SPAN, so you can tune in as the tribes are actually going to be testifying before the Senate about the status of the freedmen in their individual tribes. So they're going to be the Muskogee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Seminole, and Cherokee nations going to be represented. So you guys might want to check that out. We were asking people to send in letters. That deadline, of course, has already passed. It was Monday.
See, the crazy thing is they've been trying to get this for about a century, Tyson.
Yes.
And they finally given them an opportunity, but they only going to give the lady that's representing the tribes 5 minutes to discuss 5 different tribes. So you got 60 seconds to talk about all of that, which you know that's unfair. So that's why we got to tune in so we know what our marching orders are next.
Exactly. Okay, so World One Development is looking for volunteers to help serve the community. If you would like to volunteer or need community service hours, you can give us a call at 918-380-1493, or you can email me at damali.wilson@world1development.com or inbox us on Facebook Messenger at World One Development. Don't forget, if you're looking to have an event, the 36th Street North Event Center has dates available. You can give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot. Fitting back in, registration for justice-involved individuals, past or present, Tulsa County, for job training programs that will yield living wage jobs. Classes have already started, but it's not too late to sign up. You can contact Christy Williams at Christy, Kristi.Williams at fittingbacktulsa.org. or you can give us a call at 918-592-3500 to sign up. We're here to justice-involved citizens thrive.
Yes.
Prayer Time Grief Counseling, Pastors Chloe and Doug Allen, happens every Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. You can give them a call at 717-275-8940. And don't forget to put in the code 615876. You don't have to suffer in silence when help is available. Oasis Fresh Market is open Monday through Saturday from 7 o'clock a.m. until 10 o'clock p.m. and Sundays from 8 o'clock a.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. Their housing assistance is happening Wednesday through Friday. So the rest of this week from 9 o'clock a.m. Don't forget, a children's fund has been set up for the surviving children of Sherry Gamble Smith. Yeah. You can donate at www.paypal.com/PayPalMe/honoring Sherry. Let's not forget our sister and her children. You know, we need to do our part. Tony Mason is going to be performing at Summer's Fifth Night in Utica Square on Thursday, July 28th. That's tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Bring your lawn chairs and your dancing shoes and support Tony.
Come on, Tony.
Okay. Transformation Church and the Tulsa Dream Center are having their Tulsa Blast. It's going to happen July 30th at 5 o'clock p.m. They're going to have carnival rides, games, back to school supplies. They're even doing a fireworks show.
Oh, wow. I'm in.
Get up out of here.
I'm in.
All right. So you guys need to run over there and see Pastor Tim.
Let me look at that one more time.
Yeah.
Because what I did not see is food. So we got supplies. They need to put food on the fly.
On the fly.
Can't take no chance.
Right. 10%. Don't forget, last day to register to vote in the August 23rd election is July 29th at 5 o'clock p.m. So go to the Tulsa County election. And then, Bobby, you still are doing registration here at the right here at KBOB 89.9 FM. You can come over and sign up to register to vote. The Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity and League of Women Voters are hosting a debate on August the 4th at Vernon AME Church on Greenwood at 7 o'clock p.m. So our current District 1 City Councilor, Vanessa Hall Harper, we have David Harris, and I forgot the other lady, Franchelle. I can't remember her last name. But anyway, they will all be there. They are scheduled to debate. We tell you guys, we cannot tell you who to vote for, but we do encourage you to come out, listen to each one of these individuals' platform, and find out if this is what you're concerned about as a resident of District 1.
Right.
If it is, then you need to vote for whichever person aligns with whatever your vision is for District 1. And then, of course, majority is going to win, but sit back and not vote, and then when things don't happen the way you think they should, now you complaining.
Yep,
participate. Thank you. All right. The back to school block party is going to be heading at Lacey Park. It's going to be at 2134 North Madison Place. It is happening on August 13th from 11 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. Free food.
Hey, there it is. Putting this one on.
Right.
Free food.
There's going to be games, haircuts, and styles for kids. It's sponsored by the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity.
Blue, Phi, I knew it. We got to eat. See, we don't miss that. We know food going to bring them out.
The Next Level Up, Metropolitan Baptist Church, Jinx Beauty College, World One Development, Health Department, Friendship Church, and South Lakewood Baptist Church. So you guys come out.
We're going to host that, so we're going to be in there like,
okay, right?
We got this little dance we were putting together. We put it in the middle.
Don't forget, early voting actually starts on August 8th and 19th and 20th. So you can vote early on those days if you're not going to be available to vote on August 23rd. But whatever you do, please vote.
Vote.
The Spreading Hope Back to School Bash is going to be happening on Saturday, August the 20th. From 2 o'clock a.m. until 1 o'clock p.m. at Oasis Fresh Market, which is located at 1725 North Peoria. Free food.
Hey, I see. Keep reading then. Start out with the food.
Right. There's going to be games, community resources, and backpacks. The sponsors of this event are going to be the supporters of families with sickle cell disease, Oasis Fresh Market, EduRec, Eaton Media Services, the Parent Child Center of Tulsa, and the Department of did we convince you to make some hamburgers for us?
I put it in.
I think we did. What's the date again?
I'll put it in. I did. I said it's chair. He wasn't even cutting my hair. He said, "Man, Chris, just cut your hair." I'm here to talk about the burgers.
I mean, now, 20 burgers or 2,000 again.
We're going to talk about that off the air.
Yeah, I never forget. So you people see now, if I'm part of it, I'm going to check on the food. That's right. About 3 weeks ago.
We going to eat. Right.
Exactly. I tried to get him to commit to it. He was like, no, hold on, John. Hold on.
Let's talk later.
All right.
The African American Federation with the Democratic Party is going to be hosting another debate on August the 20th. The location is going to be announced soon. So you guys make sure, again, we want to make sure that we're hitting these debates so we can find out what these candidates, what their platform is, and what their vision is for North Tulsa. So make sure you attend that. We're going to be posting that on our Facebook page as soon as we get that information. So make sure that you're paying attention. And then, like I said, once again, please vote. The vote is going to take place on August 23rd from 7 o'clock a.m. until 7 o'clock p.m. Sample ballots are available now. So you can go over to the voter registration board and get a copy of the sample ballot so that you can actually see who the parties are, what is actually on the ballot, do your research, mark up your ballot, and you take it into the poll with you and just mark up.
I think you're the new spokesperson for voting.
Man, because I get tired of these folks. Like, y'all stop complaining. Go vote.
People get a bulletin board, but not put the modest picture on it. Just gonna say go vote
now,
just like that. Okay, what we got next?
All right, birthdays. My cousin James Jubert has a birthday on July 28th.
We're gonna get together on them dominoes. I'm gonna beat you on your birthday.
I don't do my cousin like that.
I said it all over the air too. I know you're gonna call me.
Right. All right, Dr. Turner, Robert Turner. He's gone away from here, but he used to be the pastor over at Vernon AME Church, but he's still our
Happy
friend.
birthday, brother.
His birthday's the 20th. And then
Oh boom, you're not scared of me.
Ukabam. His birthday is July 30th.
Boom.
He does plays and stuff. He works in community. He does tech and all of that.
Okay,
right here
so if you're having a big event, you can't just be boom. You be like, time to run.
Don't do that.
Happy birthday.
My sister-in-law's on 29th too.
Your sister-in-law is on 29th. Well, happy birthday. Yanni Gardner, happy birthday. Yeah.
And I got a daughter on the 31st.
Pound cake. Happy birthday, pound cake. Pound cake. All right, yes.
I can deal with the pound cake, but the kaboom? I'm sticking with the pound cake.
It's food. They brought their food back to me.
All right, don't forget, you can purchase News You Can Use gear and continue the conversation on our podcast at newsyoucanuse.tv. And don't forget to check out NYCM, which is our radio station. You can go there, music 24/7. You can hear Damali's playlist at Damali's World from 10 o'clock a.m. until 12 o'clock p.m.
The number one show.
Damali's World.
You can also hear Charles's playlist. It's in Mr. Harper's Neighborhood from 12 o'clock p.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. The Super Mix with DJ JB Smooth from 2 o'clock p.m. until 6 o'clock p.m. The J-Bone Lounge with Mr. Energizer from 6 o'clock p.m. until 10 p.m. And then Rue's Love Lounge from 10 o'clock p.m. until 2 a.m.
Let it get low. But pick it back up after it get low. Pick it back up now.
Pick it back up. All right. And don't forget, you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms. That's World One Development, the 36th Street North Event Center, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, and Fitting Back in Prison Reintegration Program.
Final words, Tyson, before you go to the people.
Hey, I see your value, but if you don't see it, nobody else will.
All right now.
April, final words to your people.
Great show. Y'all listen, communicate. Keep it open. Love one another.
Yeah.
Let your needs be known and your wants be met.
Yeah. My mentor told me a closed mouth will get fed.
Come on. They heard it a different way, but that's the same thing.
That Arkansas.
I live by it. I talk about food. Hey, before we go, man, thank you so much to Uncle Bobby, man. He always come through the clutch. He has been our producer today. He's navigated this ship. It was a hot ship and it was rocky and it was moving. But Bobby kept us, boy. He was stirring that thing in the captain. Uncle Bobby, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Mr. Energizer from Jacksonville, Arkansas said, Brother Tyson, when I'm back in Tulsa again, I need to get my usual Afro shaper.
I got you.
Then Miss Barbara Benson said, hello, everyone.
Hey, Miss Barbara.
Get out of here. We got to go.
I also want to give a shout out to DJ JB Smooth. He is actually on the road and not in here producing today. So we want to just give a shout out to him because he actually helped us get set up.
Yeah.
You know, JB is ready. Yeah.
JB Smooth. You be clear about that. All right, got to get ready to go. But you see, we done upgraded in here. We moving on up. With that being said, please donate to Eat Media Services to help community radio continue to stay on the air. You can send your donation made payable to Immediate Services, located at 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106. This has been News You Can Use with your boy Charles Hopper, that's me.
And Damali Wilson, that's me.
And we live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you tune in.
All right, later, y'all.
Be careful.
If you would like to promote or advertise your events or business on our show, inbox us on Facebook at World One Development. This has been World One Development's News You Can Use with Charles Harper and Damali Wilson. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to this station, organization, committee, or other group or individual associated with KBOB 89.9. This is World One Development's News You Can Use.
Searching for ways to grow your business? Or perhaps you would like to invest in Tulsa's African Chamber? The Chamber was created to serve and increase the visibility of needs in our community.